Welcome to another edition of Fridays with Fred. My name is Fred. Today I'm going to talk about timelines when buying a home in an actual escrow. So when your offer is accepted or you accept an offer if you're a seller and you enter the escrow process, there are timelines that must be followed by a buyer and by a seller. And if they are not followed by either party, there are repercussions because of it. For example, when you first open escrow, the buyer has up to 72 hours to put their deposit into escrow. If they don't do that, then they could be subject to being canceled on by the seller. Also, built into the contract, there's multiple contingency periods for a buyer to be able to follow. Their loan is 21 days, their inspections are 17 days, and their appraisal is 17 days. So if they don't remove those specific contingencies when they are supposed to, once again, the seller has the right to be able to cancel on them. Also, the seller has timelines that they have to follow. They have a certain amount of days where they have to go ahead and provide disclosures and inspection reports and information to a buyer for their investigation period. If they don't do that, they're in breach of contract and the buyer can cancel on them. Now, there's too many timelines and too many rules of information in a buyer agreement or an offer purchase agreement to go over today, but just know, if a buyer doesn't follow the timelines and they're in breach of a contract, a seller has the right to cancel. If the seller doesn't follow the timelines, then the buyer can go ahead and cancel on them as well. So it's very critical who you work with knows what the contract guidelines are and follows them militantly, as I say. Otherwise, you could lose that house or you could lose that buyer. Either way, it's very important that you follow these guidelines. Any questions whatsoever, you can contact our office 7 days a week, and we can take your situation much more in depth with any questions you have. And you can contact us 1-800-921-9231. And as always, go to our highly reviewed website at www.fredsaidrealty.com and tune in next week for another amazing edition of Fridays with Fred. Why? Because that's what Fred said.